Are you making these caregiver mistakes and not even realizing it? Some of them seem harmless until they lead to burnout, guilt, or even conflict with your loved one. Let's talk about the 10 most common mistakes dementia caregivers make and how to avoid them starting today. Hi, I'm 𝗓𝗃𝗃𝗃. My wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in January 2020 at the age of 65. I've seen too many caregivers suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally, oftentimes more than the loved ones they care for. I was determined not to let this disease take me down, and I found a way to cope. Now, I help other caregivers do the same. Dementia caregiving is a journey filled with both love and hardship. It requires patience, compassion, and an ever-evolving understanding of the person you're caring for. However, even the most dedicated caregivers make mistakes, often without realizing it. These mistakes can lead to frustration, stress, and even harm, both for the caregiver and the person with dementia. Today, I want to highlight some of the most common mistakes caregivers make, why they happen, and what we can do to avoid them. Learning from these pitfalls can help create a smoother, more compassionate, and sustainable caregiving experience. Mistake number 1, trying to reason with the person. One of the most common mistakes, and I'm laughing because we can all relate to this, one of the most common mistakes caregivers make is trying to correct or reason with someone experiencing dementia. When a loved one says something that isn't true, such as believing they need to go to work when they've been retired for years, it's natural to want to set the record straight. However, correcting them can often lead to frustration, anxiety, and even arguments. So, what to do instead? Rather than contradicting them, try using a technique called validation therapy. Instead of saying, "You haven't worked in years," you might say, "Oh, what did you enjoy most about your job?" This approach respects their reality, reduces stress, and fosters a positive interaction rather than an argument. Mistake number 2, neglecting self-care. Many caregivers make the mistake of putting their own needs last. They pour all their energy into the loved one, often at the expense of their own physical and mental well-being. While this might seem selfless, it can lead to burnout, resentment, and ultimately a lower quality of care. So, what to do instead? Caregivers must prioritize self-care. This means scheduling breaks, asking for help, and taking time for themselves. Support groups, respite care services, and even simple acts like going for a walk or reading a book can make a significant difference. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Mistake number 3, expecting too much improvement. It's natural to hope that with the right medication, diet, or routine, dementia symptoms will improve significantly. While some treatments can slow progression or ease certain symptoms, dementia is a progressive condition. It doesn't get better over time, unfortunately. So what to do instead? Focus on quality of life rather than cure. Celebrate the small victories, a good day, a shared laugh, or a moment of connection. Adjust expectations that meet the reality of the condition rather than wishing for a reversal of symptoms. Mistake number 4, correcting memory loss. Dementia affects short-term memory, and caregivers often make the mistake of trying to fix memory lapses by reminding their loved one of the truth. For example, if your loved one says, "Mom is coming to visit today," when she passed away years ago, respond with "Mom died years ago" can cause unnecessary stress. So, what to do instead? Gently redirect conversation instead of correcting them. Say, "Tell me about your favorite memories of Mom." This approach acknowledges their feelings without reinforcing confusion or grief. Mistake number 5, ignoring nonverbal communication. As dementia progresses, verbal communication becomes more difficult. Many caregivers focus on words alone, missing the nonverbal cues that indicate discomfort, pain, or distress. What to do instead? Pay attention to facial expressions, body language, and behavior changes. If your loved one seems restless, agitated, or withdrawn, They may be trying to communicate a need such as pain, hunger, or overstimulation that they cannot express verbally. Mistake number 6, providing too many choices. Choice can be overwhelming for someone with dementia. Asking open-ended questions like, what would you like for dinner? Or what do you want to wear? Can lead to confusion and frustration. What to do instead? Offer simple choices. Instead of, what do you want for dinner? Say, would you like chicken or pasta? Instead of, what do you want to wear? Say, would you like the red shirt or the blue one? Reducing options makes decision-making easier and less stressful. Although honestly, with Sonia, I have difficulty sometimes just getting a yes or no to a simple question. More likely than not, she probably didn't understand the question. That may be happening in your case as well. Mistake number 7, arguing or losing patience. Dementia can cause repetitive questions, paranoia, or accusations, which can be incredibly frustrating. It's easy to become irritated and snap, but this only escalates a situation. Here's what to do instead. Take a deep breath. Step away if needed. Remind yourself that the behavior is a symptom of the disease, not a personal attack. Respond with kindness and patience rather than frustration. Mistake number 8, not seeking support. Many caregivers try to do everything alone, often due to guilt or a sense of duty. However, caregiving is not meant to be a solo journey. What to do instead? Ask for help. Whether it's family, friends, professional caregivers, or support groups, seeking assistance can ease the burden and provide emotional relief. You're not alone, and there are resources available to help. Mistake number 9, failing to plan for the future. Caregivers often avoid discussions about long-term care, financial planning, or end-of-life decisions because they're uncomfortable topics. However, waiting until a crisis occurs can create unnecessary stress. What to do instead? Have these conversations early. Ensure legal documents such as power of attorney and advance directives are in place. Research care options ahead of time so you're prepared for the future. Mistake number 10, forgetting to see the person beyond the disease. Dementia changes people, but it doesn't erase who they are. Sometimes caregivers become so focused on managing symptoms that they forget to engage with their loved one as a person. So, what to do instead? Find moments of joy, play their favorite music, look through old photos, or simply sit with them in a peaceful moment. I love just taking walks with Sonia and holding her hand. Even if they don't remember your name, they will remember how you made them feel. Caring for someone with dementia is one of the most challenging and profound acts of love. Mistakes are inevitable, but learning from them can make all the difference. By avoiding these common pitfalls, by choosing patience over frustration, support over isolation, and connection over correction, you can improve both your loved one's quality of life and your own. What's one mistake you've caught yourself making, or one lesson that hit home today? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. Let's support each other. If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you're losing yourself in caregiving, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created Caregiver Mastery, a step-by-step roadmap designed to help you manage stress, anger, and burnout so you can care for your loved one without sacrificing yourself in the process. Inside, you'll learn how to say yes to yourself without guilt, reduce overwhelm, and find peace even during the hardest moments. I call this place Heaven Island, a mindset of calm and clarity where you can care for your loved one without losing yourself. And just so you know, this isn't some giant time-consuming program. I didn't create it to add more to your plate. I created it to lift some of the weight off your shoulders. The lessons are short and practical, and if you apply what I teach in just minutes a day, I guarantee you'll start to feel a real difference in 2 or 3 weeks. Click the link below or visit caregivermasterycourse.com to get started today. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post caregiver support videos every Monday and Thursday. And if this message resonated with you, share it using the hashtag Caregiver Mastery so other caregivers can find the support they need too. You're not alone in this. Let's do this together.